Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ill Informers podcast. My name is Nash Park. Here with Darren Miller and Elliot.
Good morning.
Motherfucking Ryan.
That's right.
Welcome to the Ill Informers. Ill Informers. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
You know, a less mature Nash would have started beatboxing, but
Is that? Oh, dude.
but I know better.
Cultural appropriation.
I'm sure you've been practicing a long time on your
We had this
beatboxing.
Swedish exchange student in
He was-
in high school, and his thing was beatboxing, and he would try and bring it up every chance he could.
Did you guys know I'm good at beatbox?
He was pretty good, but I felt bad because nobody cared. To be
We only beatbox in Swedish.
oh, is that a microphone?
Good beatboxing is hard to beat. Can you
Beat out of a child? You're right.
Yes. Is that? But you feel like you had a brief
feel like-
career as a hip hop beatbox artist.
Not me. No.
No.
I feel like beatboxing is just channeled Tourette's. How can we take all these tics and turn them into talks?
That's really funny. I like what you did there. And then you put it on. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like kind of cool, but it's still not like as good as like a real, like produced.
Someone on a set of drums.
beat.
doing-
Yeah.
It sounds good. Yeah, it sounds like it can be a really cool beat. If you
Okay.
didn't, if you made a song with beatboxing and you didn't know it was beatboxing and it sounded really good, you'd be like, yeah, that's sweet. And then you see him beatboxing and you're like,
No, someone who can beatbox well is amazing, Elliot. Razel, and now the beat and the chorus at the same time. You know that?
I think if,
Oh,
it's
I
one of
so
these.
good.
Sorry.
I'm just thinking about this now. It's one of the things where the feat is more impressive than the actual art. So the feat of it, you're like, well, look what this guy can do. But at the end of the day, you're like, nobody's gonna care when this guy dies.
It's like it's like making a helicopter noise.
yeah.
That's like, oh my God, you've got to get
We're
that
a
on the
nom.
internet.
Or like people who are really flexible. It's like, whoa, cool.
I saw these couple
Look
like
at that.
doing aerobics in the park,
Oh.
and you're like, that's cool, but like,
Why are you?
it's a
That's
little
just
weird.
you guys. You can just fuck. You know that.
Go inside and have sex.
What's aerobics?
Like they go on each other's feet and they like
They do like
spin
Cirque du
around.
Soleil
Cirque du
shit.
Soleil, yeah.
But I think
Is that what you call it? I think so.
I think aerobics is.
It's like
But I
acro
think-
yoga or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
But also doing it in the park, you feel like
That's
And I
probably
thi- you're
that's
just
probably the
like-
more accurate name.
everyone
Look
look
at me.
look at. We're gonna go. What do you want to do today, honey? Let's go to Beacon Hill Park on a Sunday afternoon when
And-
everyone's there, and let's do our aerobics. It's like
And you will spin on my feet.
it's just like why
And
you
everyone will
want.
know that I fuck you. Well, I don't know. I think that's okay. We're all doing that to some extent. Look
Yes,
at us.
this-
Look at us right now.
Yeah, but the point.
This is the this is the
This-
comedic
We're not,
equivalent
we're not forcing people who've
of dry
actively
humping.
downloaded this, and that's on them.
There's actually I follow a podcast outside, and they're doing way better than us. We probably should have been doing this outside.
In the park. Yeah, that'd be great.
Just interview people as they come by.
Oh.
Is that important?
No.
Is it your mom? Should we get her on the line?
It was the old wifey poo.
Oh.
She can wait. She's not gonna watch us. I didn't pick up. Sorry. I'll call you after.
Yeah. I mean, it is funny because I know for sure my wife has never listened
Called
to
you?
this.
Oh.
yeah. No, she never called me either.
My
But her
wife-
friends have listened to it. Like she was at a weekend with some friends.
Yeah,
Her
they
friends were like,
have.
"Oh yeah, we've listened to Darren's podcast," and she's like, "I think should I listen to it?" And I was like, "Don't bother. It's fine. Save your time.
I don't need it. Thank you though. I appreciate
Yeah.
the thought.
You're supportive. And that's all I need." Yeah.
Yeah.
Does your wife? She doesn't. I can't imagine she listens to this.
She's at home with 2 kids right now. She has no time for anything.
Elliot's
She just ignores the kids by listening to me.
practice deadbeat dad. This is your father. She plays the podcast for the kids.
This is the only time you get with him. Enjoy it. She's listened to me like edit it. Like sometimes I've been
Yeah.
editing it and editing clips. She's seen clips, but not the whole thing.
No.
Nobody needs that.
No.
It's not for our spouses.
No. Definitely.
Even
not.
our comedy. Like my parents want to come see me do stand up again. I'm like, it's not really for you. You might get a little bit out of it. My
Yeah.
parents are very supportive, but I don't know. I always feel so weird doing it in front of them, like stand up, and then I'm like, I'm about to say something really dirty.
to your parents, like they must know though, like, but it does feel that way when someone or people from work are like, hey, we'd like to come see you do your skits, and you're like, no, don't. Just if you want to go out and see comedy, then go, and I may be one person on the show, but I don't come and support me. I appreciate
my coworkers are fine though, because they're all like cool people, and you're like, yeah, that'd be fine. Like my store manager, he saw me do a set, and he's like, that was really funny. I'm like, oh, fuck you, thank you, thank God, thank Allah, that worked, that went well.
Because it elevates the risk, because then there are real consequences to.
Yeah.
Because you know these people. What are you gonna not talk to these strangers again?
And then you go to work the next day and no one can look you in the eye. You're just like, oh, great, this is. I wish.
Kind of that show I have on Tuesday. I'm worried because a lot of people. Because there's another coworker is helping me out, who's doing the video stuff, but so everybody's coming from work because
there's two people.
Billy hasn't done a show in a while, so everybody's like, "Oh, Billy, Anna, all right, let's do it." And then so there's like almost all my work's coming. I'm like, "Oh my god." Okay.
Just a wing and a prayer.
You just have to realize that you could always get another job.
It's true. Or murder.
Murder. Yeah.
Murder everyone. Lock the doors of the VEC and just set the place on fire.
Yeah.
No one will ever know about this.
Murder suicide.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for the show. I'm going to go check out your show. Actually, this comes out on Tuesday, so if anyone's watching this the day of, go get tickets for Nash's show. And check it out.
That wasn't me trying to plug or talk about it. I was trying
Nash's mom, go see his show, please. He needs you.
Is your mom going to be there?
She might. She said she might.
She
just moved. She just moved here, so it's exciting. Shut up.
Don't tell her where.
Where the show is?
Where.
Oh yeah,
where she lives now.
Oh yeah.
We don't want no stands.
Yeah, we do.
We'll take a stand.
I'll take a stand.
That helps you? Yeah, come on. We need some publicity.
A handwritten fan letter? That sounds nice.
In blood?
Dear Slam.
Dear
Nash.
You had Thanksgiving in Terrace?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was fun, yeah. It's nice.
Did you...
Go ahead. No, I wasn't going to say anything.
Do you how is it going back to the old hometown? Like there's got to be people there who've never left. So do you go back and like hit the regular bar and see like old guys from high school who are like, there's that kid I used to beat up in high school?
That I used to beat up?
No. That they maybe.
No, my relationship with the town is because as you're young, you kind of always hate where you're from. Mm-hmm. So leaving now that I've kind of like my, now I'm kind of leveling out hormonally. I feel that there's more when I go back. It's less. My hackles are less up, and now. Yeah. Each time I go back, I'm like, oh, this is really nice, and everybody's kind of settling in. And good friend of mine had a baby, so I got to meet her, which was nice. And I'm like, oh, this is.
Oh, that's right. Because you don't get any of that animosity. Like, oh, here comes big city boy Nash, moved to Victoria.
I'm pretty careful about. I really have a unhealthy need for people to like me, so I'm pretty good at not like.
You don't move back and see Jimmy like working at the oh, still doing this, huh?
I'll make some adjustments, like my fanny pack that I wear. Like a shoulder strap, I'll just put a wallet in my pocket and then I won't wear it.
Oh my God, you pussed out.
Well, one time I was
gotta show what they're doing in the big city. How are they supposed to learn?
Well, it's just kind of dangerous there with if you go to a bar in a small town. One time, Kate, like we were back and she cut her foot.
There's like two people there. If someone robs you, you're like, it was either Peter or Greg.
It's true. One time, Kate cut her foot, and then we went to the hospital just to get it clean because it was a deep cut, like in water, and there was like.
They have hospitals.
Yeah, they're getting a new one actually. Shout out.
We've had shout out Terrace Hospital. One doctor who graduated at the bottom of his class is like, "Fuck, guess I'm going to Terrace."
He could only open up the hospital because he has a side hustle.
Yeah, really dependent on those donations. So we were in the hospital, and Kate got her foot cleaned out, and there was in the emergency room, and there was these two really drunk guys. This was like 12, like noon. They were shit-faced, and the one guy, like, they were cliff jumping, and one guy had like this huge gash and was like bleeding.
There's supposed to be water when you cliff jump.
Yeah,
you need to be sure there's a body of water.
These guys did not have it together, and they were being so gross with the nurse to the point where she had to like get tagged out, like just the fucking dirt bags. But then, like, so me and Kate are sitting there, and they're like across the big
He's
room.
Like, have you ever seen someone this sexy with this much blood on their face?
It was gross and uncomfortable.
Look hot with this blood drip.
You didn't step in.
Don't you like scars?
Well, we were quite far away, but then so Kate and I were just kind of talking, waiting for the nurse to come back, and then we hear this guy like, he's like, "Look at that tight hoodie," and I'm like, Look at that guy's tight hoodie. And I'm like, are you talking about me? They just started making fun of my tight. It wasn't even that tight. It was. I was like, is this happening right now? They're like, look at that nice hoodie, dude. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
So in that situation,
Nice jeans. Are those blue?
My jeans were far tight. They were black. Far tighter than my hoodie was.
Did you
Nice hat. Does that cover? Does that block some of the sun to your eyes?
I was so like stunned that it was actually happening. Like it's like 3 comments in, I was like, wait.
Look at this guy wears shoes. Look, he's got shoes. Oh my goodness.
Well, I think their hoodies were far too big, but
they look like dresses. You should
big affliction hoodies.
Maybe they were just jealous. They're like, we have to wear our older brother's hoodies, and they're so loose.
Well, they're for sure jealous of my non-cliff diving head wounds. But that's on the table in Terrace.
Yeah,
that type of interaction.
So how do you respond to that? Like, do you immediately
take
be like,
it in
this hoodie?
and-
You just fucking pull the hoodie off and roll up your sleeves?
No,
You're
you push
like-
the button.
Or
You
you
go,
just like,
"Nurse."
I'm just going to pretend I don't hear them talking.
Well, I was a little younger, so I wasn't as confident.
You didn't have those thighs.
I didn't have I had the thighs. That's why the pants were so tight. I didn't have the upper. The hoodie's too small. It wasn't that I was too big. The hoodie was too small. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm pretty good at
KFC chicken.
in the moments, like realizing like what's the.
Do you know that they make the KFC chickens? They make their thighs bigger, but their
Steroids?
upper body is just the same.
How dare you? How dare you?
Little chicken wing.
It's true. I was worried about wearing these blue jeans because it doesn't hide the girth.
You look fine.
Yeah,
I don't need
that cuff roll is good too.
Does that work?
Yeah.
They're just too long. I have to get wide pants, but they're too long. These are pants for a much bigger, taller person.
There was a picture of us on the podcast, and like I was the furthest away, but my head looked like half the size of your guys' heads. I'm like, come on. How do I crop this?
You've got a big head, Elliot.
Thanks.
That was my. I don't know what else. Yeah, because I'm small town, never fought, but it does seem like there's a lot of like broy like guys like that. Like look at this fucking guy. I don't know, but like New Jersey reminds me of
a lot of sibling like beat up. Like you beat up somebody, and then their brother comes and beats you.
I
up.
never got into that at all, but that's definitely like. They were.
And then their uncle comes.
It's
and
like more of a. It's like a.
Uncle
lawless,
actually gets beat up. He's like, shit, miscalculated that.
Yeah, a lot of backpacks and a lot of like it's like a lawless bro, which is I find scary. When there's
Yeah, and no consequences, obviously, because these guys are already in the emergency room. They're just like, I'll just do whatever the fuck I want, and I don't without.
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty like good at going down
running
the consequences. Yeah, running. It's like, okay, I can confront these guys. These guys are clearly going to take this way higher than I want to go.
Yeah.
And yes, my hoodie's tight, and I'm okay with that. If you don't like it, that's fine. I would love to spar with you verbally.
I like how that would be your response. Yes, I have all my hoodies are this tight. I don't. And then they're just.
I like it.
I listened to a lot of emo music growing up, so
it feels like a little hug on my torso.
Yeah. I'm pretty passive and namaste about most things like that.
Yeah.
When it comes to most confrontation, I feel.
Yeah.
Except for
really,
this, fuck you, Elliot.
It's really dumb to get into fights.
Yeah. Well, even like you're pretty much a trained fighter. Elliot's hands are lethal weapons, and he's just not gonna.
Sorry, Darren had a mic in his hands. Do you want to say that again? Say it again.
Oh, sorry.
say what Elliot is again.
Elliot is a trained fighter. His hands are lethal weapons, and he could kill anyone on contact. But then you know how to run from any fight. Can you just do that for the whole
podcast?
I do think though, like I'm like, oh yeah, that's exactly like. There's no shame in like running away. There's no shame in running away. I've told myself that all the time.
Well, you don't necessarily want to run because then they will
chase you.
They will chase you. It's like a lion. You don't run or like a rhino. You don't want to run away from a rhino. You want to just stand your ground.
Really? They'll charge you and stop?
Yeah.
Okay. Noted.
You do that and see what happens, and then report back, please. If you're alive, I'll be like, it was good advice. Yes. If you die, I'm like, missed the boat.
Yeah, but I've never had that.
Come across a rhino?
And no,
We talked about
not yet. But the whole thing is like I don't have. It always happens later. Like in the moment, I'm like I don't want to get beaten up, and then afterwards, I'm like that motherfucker. I wish I could have done it.
Oh, I came up
But
with
I
a
know.
whole scheme to get these guys back in a way that wouldn't endanger me or my family. Do you want to hear
Yeah.
it?
I already have a plan. Hey, let's go cliff jumping again. I got a 6-pack. Let's go.
They're three beers away from being discovered dead body.
What was your plan?
Oh, I like that. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
You guys show me that great spot.
Yeah.
You go first. You go.
Show me again what you did.
I'm just like spraying down the rock with the hose I brought.
Like a slip and slide. Let's slip and slide off the edge.
Helmets, don't be a pussy. Oh yeah, so what you do is you can buy deer piss at Canadian Tire because for attracting deer you spray deer piss everywhere. So you get that, and then what you do is I was gonna wait outside in the bushes and figure out which vehicle was theirs, and then I was gonna follow them home, and then in the dead of night I was going to sneak in with this deer piss. What you do is you put it down the vents of their car.
Oh yeah.
And it completely totals their car because you can't get rid of that smell. And every time you turn on the vents, it's just deer piss. You can't get rid of it, and you have to throw out the car.
Really?
That's how much of a man I am. I said throw out a car because you can't. You have to total the car, and then I was gonna make sure they were all asleep, and then go and then park the car away so they wouldn't connect the car to me. Have an escape plan.
It feels like these are the type of people that would have like deer piss insurance, though.
Yes. Or
This has
enjoy the
happened-
smell of deer piss.
Yeah, either that. I feel like they probably spilt deer piss in their car before. They're like, we need to get insurance.
It's fine,
next time.
bro. Just covered up with the smell of smokes.
Let's just piss on the deer piss and then.
But I was also gonna wait 2 or 3 months so they would disassociate the
Yes. Yeah. That's,
the revenge with
Yeah.
the.
I think that's too long. They don't even. You 1 day, you good.
they will have totally forgotten.
I've done that where I've set a timer for 3 months later, being like, get revenge on Steve because I wanted to disassociate it. That's another story, but
That's like cold-blooded revenge.
But that's the best way to do it because you just want them to not be able to find you and track you down and exact revenge, but you want the sweet taste of that.
I don't want them to know it's me.
Yeah.
This one guy had my email and phone number
They
and stuff.
they start smelling. Oh,
Yeah, it really gets him going.
that's tight hoodie. Tight hoodie guy did this.
Yeah, there's got to be enough time where there's no, where they're just like, what? Why is this happening? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
And I'm just,
How many people did we piss off over the last month?
Everyone in town.
I don't want, I want no connection to any sort of.
I want to hear that true crime podcast.
Yeah. Detective. Dun, dun, dun.
Deer piss.
These
car.
are the
Yeah,
crimes
like
of
I was planning like
terrorists.
wearing different shoes so my footprints were different. Like,
Putting a glove on that didn't fit.
has that worked?
Darren, your doppelganger
It's
comes in.
arthritis. That's because of arthritis.
I want to talk about this. Your doppelganger comes in.
I know.
Oh,
I saw.
I didn't look at that picture.
I
didn't look
saw
at
that
it's,
guy
It's harder
was
with
like-
the mask. He looks without the mask. He looks more like Darren, and he comes into my store like once a week, and I'm like, is this Darren's brother? Like he looks a lot like you.
When you sent the picture, and I was like, God, that's what I look like. But I was like, that is what I look like. That guy. It's like, and I did think I was like, what I should have done is got a haircut exactly like him, shaved my beard, and got some of those. And I was going to trim to the podcast today with those shoes on and be like, it's me, Elliot.
Yeah, he wears Vibram's 5-finger shoes, just so he can really feel the earth.
Those shoes look pretty. I've considered
Dumb.
getting a pair of those.
You should. You should.
Then you should go. You know,
They're really cool, right?
they're really good for cliff jumping.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you guys.
I think they actually are. They're
Yeah, this
pretty good,
guy,
pretty comfy.
But
If I was
he
gonna
does-
cliff jump in shoes, those are the ones I would choose actually. But or Crocs, just to go out.
Because I want when
Because I
I've
want.
got a pair of Crocs.
when only
already,
my
got
foot
several.
washes up on shore, I want them to know, like, be identified.
Have you guys ever had doppelgangers though, like out in life?
You want to see my doppelganger?
Yeah.
Is he French? He's
Probably,
He's
yeah.
the past French prime minister.
Okay, let me.
That's not the only doppelganger I've had. I've had that happen at the airport. I took a picture with a guy coming through in the airport. What an awkward, like, doing airport security.
Hey, we both ugly.
Yeah, and one of the guys at work was like, "That dude looks so much like you." So I was like, "Let's get a picture." So the guy's like, "What is?" Trying to get his shoes back on. What's going on? I was like, "Picture, we look alike." And the guy snapped a photo. It was just like, I'm sure the guy was like,
You're like, I'm a security guard. You have to do what I say. Now smile. Cheese.
Smile, bitch. Now in the back room.
Okay, this guy.
I was looking. Let's see if we have the same buttholes.
This guy's in a band. I'm just trying to find. Sometimes
One person they like show you the doppelganger. Has anybody ever like showed a picture like, oh, this is my cousin. He looks exactly like you.
And you're
and then they show you, literally like you're like, ah, fuck. I look like him.
That guy's missing clumps of hair.
It's identical. I'm like, he has no teeth.
Kate did that one time with this like Swedish actor, and it pissed me off.
Because he was like, "Can we talk about Ethan Hawke?"
Okay, look at this guy. Look at that guy. Doesn't that look like me?
There's something.
Oh shit.
Oh, go.
Yes.
There's something. It does look like you. There's
It's
something weird in the
60%.
Yeah. Do you have doppelganger, Elliot?
I have lots of doppelgangers apparently. Like people always tell me that they know somebody that looks like me, but I think it's just like generic white boy.
Yeah.
Nerd.
There is a lot of that too. Like especially
What about with the shades.
I could see it.
Mm-hmm.
That's me.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's
yeah,
me.
That does like zoom in closer. You're like, yeah, that looks like you. And those thighs. That's definitely.
And that, you know what? But the hoodie's not very tight. So
No tight hoodie.
And is he's a French dude in a band? Is that what the story is?
I think so. Yeah, they're in a producing duo.
Have you started? Have you begin to?
So they beatbox. They're beatboxers.
Have you emailed them?
He's good at doing this.
Oh, that's not bad.
Okay, that was not worth it.
Have you emailed them a picture of yourself and been like, "Hey, do we look alike?"
No.
But
But I'm kind of disappointed because every time I show somebody, they're like, yeah, I can see that. And I'm like, no, you're wrong.
It's not identical.
Shut up. I need this.
Why do you need to look like him?
I don't know.
Because you want to fuck him?
Maybe.
You're like, can we get together? Can we?
This is
Can we make a
borderline.
little meetup and?
Can we make a doppelganger ganger?
Doppelganger gang. Yeah.
Doppelganger gang?
It's borderline masturbation.
Doppelgang. Just be a doppelgang.
Doppelgang bang.
If you could time travel, this is a dumb question. Never mind.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Let's take this route. Can you pass me the coffee? So
Okay,
I'm
maybe-
definitely gonna need it for this question.
If you there's that the time traveler's wife, I think is the. And
We'll
then
be the time traveler's husband. He'd be like, go fucking everybody, all over
Well,
the
that's-
place. I've been time traveling for too much. And wait, no, he is a time traveler, right?
Yeah.
How is he
He-
not fucking other chicks?
Well, he time traveled back in.
You'd have like 1,000 kids from different lifetimes.
But he'd fuck himself. Like he'd get together and have sex with himself. So he'd time travel, and then he'd like meet like his 22-year-old self would have his 17-year-old self, and then they'd fuck each other. And to me, that just seemed very.
Wait, is this in the book or something?
Yeah.
No way.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not in the movie.
No, well, they tried to get him to do. He's like, I'm not. They were like, we just want you to do ramming yourself.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't believe this fact.
Yeah. So he's like, yeah.
Was this
so
a fan fiction you wrote? Eric Bana, I love you. You just keep sending it to Eric Bana's house.
Emailed, written, handwritten.
I could play the younger you. I could play the younger you in this.
So
Deleted scenes. Delete my scene.
it seems like a very strange. Like I don't think even if I was to meet myself and it'd be like, and then myself
the
is trying
penis-
to convince myself like, hey, it's just like masturbation. I'd be like, fuck off. You're not.
I don't
you're not,
masturbate by putting my dick in my ass.
Yeah. I mean, how far would you go with yourself? Would you blow each other? Like, would you blow yours, or would just a hand job? I don't know. Whatever. Maybe this is something this is not content we want to talk about. Save this for after the pod.
I didn't know that was
Well, let's just go
movie.
with it.
No judgment. Let's not judge Eric Bana's.
It is in the book, but then you imagine you're like, then you think about how horny you are at
If you
like
did a
15
reach,
or 16.
I would do a reach around. I would do a reach around. It'd be the same.
That's really funny. There's no difference.
There's no difference. We just reach around each other.
Yeah, and you give each other a hand job. Like, I could just.
Yeah.
Oh, this feels so familiar, but so strange.
I did find that movie strange because
legitimate stranger's arm.
he does also like visit her as a kid, right?
That's
Mhm.
that's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. That's weird. What a weird. No judgment.
And then
little
and
judgment.
then and it's like
now that I think about it.
it's like one of the biggest female movies of all time. That and Notebook, right?
Yeah.
And
Notebook.
Twilight. What's up with that?
Oh,
He's
Ryan.
he's like 130.
Yeah,
What's
he
up with that?
all these never mind. Let's move on. I cut my finger, and I cut it all the way to the bone, and I showed my wife, and she's like, "Ew!" And then she's like putting up Halloween decorations, and she put up an entire skeleton, and then she's like fine with it.
Mm.
You see you
She's
see
like,
the
"There's a
tiniest
little-"
amount of bone, and you're like, "That's disgusting." You see all of the bone, you're like, "It's fine."
Well, it's
Just all the bones right out of the body.
Yeah,
No muscles, no nothing. Yeah, I
And
like
it's like-
that.
I guess it's because it's taken on there's a different attachment to a skeleton. It symbolizes something else. Can you imagine, like the first time somebody saw a skeleton?
They must
If
have.
you didn't know what a skeleton looked like, oh, the horror.
we would have seen Adams without the one of the ribs missing.
Would they?
What? You bringing in your creationism?
Sorry, I thought this was a Christian podcast.
It is.
You
We should start trying to go after that market. Can we market ourselves? What's the Christian podcast
Can we pray before?
charts look like?
Ugh, those guys. It feels like something. If we did switch, we'd have to scrub the internet of all our previous podcasts, and then just call it the Ill Informers Hour with Nash, the Reverend Park.
The ill informed.
No, it'd just be the informers of the one true God.
Can I say I cut myself as well, Elliot? I sawed off a puzzle piece of my fingernail, and it was. I've never done that, like lost a fingernail or had a fingernail.
That's
Oh,
always
well,
And I was cutting frozen ginger, and I thought if ginger was awful hard to cut, and I just slammed a whole corner of my. I know.
oh my God.
And then I was.
Now you know how it feels to be circumcised.
Oh God! And it was painful.
Last
Not
time I cut myself really bad, there was a knife that was face up in the dishwasher, and I reached in.
Who
and
did that?
And I did, and I poked
Okay.
it, and it just like went in like halfway into my nail. I was like,
Oh,
Oh,
it's
Oh
horrible.
my God.
and I was like, ah! There was like blood going everywhere. Like the kitchen was covered in blood. I was like, ah! And that,
You shouldn't sharpen knives right before you put them in the dishwasher.
it just flipped, or like I don't know who it was. It was
Whenever we put
That's a
knives
rookie-
in the
rookie
dishwasher,
mistake.
I go around the house going, knife in the dishwasher, knife in the dishwasher. Everybody, just so you're aware, I put a knife in the dishwasher.
that's well. You should do that. There was a guy stayed at his cabin. There was a bunch of us on a fishing trip, and that was the one thing. He used to run restaurants, and he was like, and he basically, you do whatever you want. You can smoke crack there. You could fucking. But he's like,
Why is that
no
the
one,
first thing you go to?
Because I just think it was the most degenerate.
he's
You
talking
know.
about crack though.
And yes, you could do that as well. But he was like,
No,
no
we
one. One rule here: you don't ever put a knife in the sink.
And then he showed you his hand, and it's just missing all the fingers. 5 times this happened to me.
The next person who does it is getting a mitt full of
yeah.
stump.
Smash cut to you helping him eat chicken wings. Think about it.
That's great. Yeah.
And he's still talking about the sink knife. Hey, dude, we got it. Here you go. Buffalo or honey garlic.
It's the most intimate thing I've done in ages. Someone.
That's a good friend if you help somebody eat a chicken wing. How gross are chicken
That
wings?
feels like a next video after the watermelon.
Help each other.
Eating chicken wings. Just a circle jerk of chicken wing eating.
I mean, we only need one fan for that, maybe, to make it
Our
more,
only fan.
to make it worthwhile for this.
We're going to start, not Patreon, we're going to go straight to OnlyFans.
Yeah, watermelon crushing, and well, it's like when I started researching watermelon crushing,
Ugh.
and I was like,
Oh, God.
oh no, I didn't know this was.
My fetish.
I didn't know this was a thing.
Kate's looking at it like, why is your internet all watermelon? We're getting advertisements for watermelons now.
Yeah, and like athletic shorts.
Yeah.
And we
Watermelon
sponsored by
hashtag camel
Lululemon.
toe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sponsored by Lululemon.
That's the best.
Sponsor us.
They're a local company, right?
And we want Smart Sweets too.
If they can sponsor the Olympic team, they can sponsor us. Come on.
Yeah.
We're just as good.
And I'd wear Lululemons.
This is a gold medal podcast.
Yeah, it's very
We're making Canada proud right now.
Learn to target your market.
I think this is like the cliff jumping head wound equivalent of podcasts.
You want to fight?
You got this doing what? Well, I thought there was more water.
Your podcast wears 2 skinny sweaters.
All right, Elliot.
What?
What'd you do for Thanksgiving? By the way, I made soup. Anyways, what'd you do for Thanksgiving?
I mean, Thanksgiving soup.
Turkey soup. Everybody's getting turkey soup.
I ate.
Have you ever had a tofu
pie.
urki?
No, I don't eat tofu. Tofu's disgusting. I'm allergic to soy as well.
Hot take, everybody. Put your hot take glasses on.
Okay, you guys will
You
never
should get
believe
hot
this.
take glasses.
Nobody
Write
has
that
ever.
down.
Nobody has ever said this.
Write that down. Hot take glasses.
Nobody has ever said this, but tofu not that good.
Okay, I'm ready for this hot take.
Tofu not that good. Not that good. It's chunky. It's unflavorful. It's bean curds.
What is it? It's not even food.
It's not.
not
even
food.
what
Not
is
even
this?
fucking food. What is this? This is some like gross wet sponge, huh?
Ugh.
This is what like a fucking turkey's supposed to eat, and then we eat the turkey.
I'd rather starve to death than eat tofu.
You know, actually, the amount of emissions used to actually grow the soy is actually worse than.
And there's actually when they harvest the soy, there's actually small mammals that they also chuck in there. So tofu actually contains bits of mice.
Yeah,
I
love that
legit
argument.
am gonna believe.
What about
that.
all the bugs on the crops, huh? Shut up.
Well, they actually do chop down a lot of trees for soy plantations, but that's neither here nor. The Amazon is kind of getting
Yeah.
depleted because of soy, but that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah,
think
you can see all 5 of my toes through my shoes.
I think that actually for all the naysayer doom, like you realize going back.
Whatever you eat takes energy from something else.
Yeah. But there's always been the naysayers as well, being like, this is the end times, everything's happening. Like
I
they've been
am a
doing this for the
naysayer.
since the 1500s. Like
I
there's
say
always
nay.
been. Like I think we'll be fine, guys, if we just keep going, doing what we're doing.
That is not accurate. It's what's going to lead us to the inevitability. Yeah, people have always been saying like the end times are near, but
I hate that chick.
it was never science. It was never based on science. It was based on my life is really shitty right now, and I wish
Yeah.
this was the end of the world.
I'm a peasant.
I'm a peasant. This couldn't.
I'm only gonna live to 32.
This couldn't get worse.
the ripe old age of.
This couldn't get worse. I got leprosy. My wife is fucking some lord, and
I hate those naysayers.
naysayers.
I like the religious ones because they actually commit. Because people are like, it's the end of the world. Well, this something needs to change. You gonna do anything about it? It's like, no. Well, I want to be able to do stuff too. I can't commit my life to this. I still want to like
Go kiteboarding.
Yeah. I don't
still want to go on road trips.
get into politics or something. I'm happy to admit that I'm far too selfish to make any
Yeah.
efforts to make huge changes in this world.
I do like.
Kind of. The thing that gets me is that it feels like you have no impact.
No.
I bike to work. Does that
That's
change
the kind of
anything?
that's the kind of attitude I like to spread. Don't do anything because whatever you do will have no impact.
There's too many of us. We're doomed. All we can do is love as much as we can and do as many shitty podcasts.
and also
and start building a hazmat suit for when it's
Shit goes-
inhabitable.
Well, I do think like I like to shop local. I like to buy go to local businesses, keep my footprint small. But then yesterday I was in Walmart and I was like, "That's really cheap for black bean curd paste." I think
It's hard too. Like buying I can buy. I haven't done this in a while, but when I was younger, I could buy 10 shirts at Walmart for the price of 2 other ones. You know?
Yeah.
There's no. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do?
Get your shirts at Walmart.
Yeah.
Only wear a shirt on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays.
And the only hoodies I can find there are too tight.
Thought you're into
That's
that.
That's how you contribute. You're like, I'm using less cloth, you guys. I'm getting smaller hoodies. That's my contribution.
That's right.
And then is there something I'd never heard this before, but Elliot, we were at the mic, and then people were talking about the slow impact implosion of the supply chain and the eventual demolition of like all whatever. I was like, is this actually going to happen? I'm kind of worried. I've been worried since Tuesday that the supply chain's going to collapse.
No,
and
it's fine.
You mean when everybody's has to get vaccinated or something?
No, when China says, "Hey, we're gonna go to war, and you know how you like everything that we give you? We're not gonna give you any of that because we're about to bomb you."
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That when Facebook and Instagram went down, I was like, that's how
it starts.
they get us.
Yeah.
That was probably a test. So like you get taken on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and then you attack. It's like we're fucked.
Yeah.
Where were we supposed to get the news from? I don't even know how to get the news.
From a newspaper? What?
How am I supposed to know what's happening to my?
Yeah, China's killing it right
kick-
now.
Yeah. There was I took a bunch of Asian
you mean
Pacific
Muslims
studies.
or good Muslims?
I took a
Keep moving.
there was this novel that came out. I should find out what it was, but he was like, "Oh, it was super popular." So my professor was like, "This is the most popular novel in China right now. Is basically how China invades North America and wins." And he's like, "This is
I don't think they would
bestseller."
actually win. They just want to slowly. They just want to be big enough that they can start taking over the territories around them. I don't
Yeah.
think they want to start a war. You just got to be
Yes.
intimidating enough that when you take over Taiwan, nobody will fuck with you.
Yeah, and I'm
That's
not
what
gonna
Russia
fuck with
did.
them if they want to take over Taiwan. I'm like, cool.
No,
That's
fuck you.
What am I
Let's
gonna?
bomb-
I like
no,
getting
Taiwan.
cheap bean curd paste. Okay, I don't want to mess with.
No, we gotta mess with it. Can't let Taiwan go.
Yeah, I don't have any. Do you want these hot take glasses, Darren?
Just give
I
them
don't know.
Taiwan.
I'm just like, I don't know. What am I
That's like
supposed
giving
to do?
that's like giving your queen. Now you're fucked. There's nothing else you can do.
Yeah, Taiwan's been the holdout for forever, right? Since Chiang Kai-shek, they've been the.
I don't
ones
think
who
you'll
were
have to
like-
say that anymore.
I don't know anything about this situation, so
Yeah, no, nor do I really. I just
Yeah, that's why we're the ill informers.
we don't know. We're gonna solve geopolitical upheaval in
we're really
3.5 minutes.
we're really solidifying the
It
brand.
seems
here.
like once they take over Taiwan, they'll just slowly start inching their way over and over and over.
Yeah, in Japan, they want to take some to fucking eventually go after Japan because of like
Yeah.
that Nanjing stuff. They're still like, hey, we still want our own back for that, motherfuckers.
But it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Well, that's
Because global warming will take us all out before that.
Tibet's the only one I'm like, you guys can't have Tibet.
No, they
because that
have
seems
Tibet. Tibet is in China.
Like oh, rats.
free Tibet.
They've been.
Even I know that.
That came out in your. That's
like
your
your-
movement.
Free Tibet? I thought we freed Tibet already. What are we doing?
No, they've been oppressed
I thought that was a
for
t-shirt
like
or
40
something.
years.
Yeah.
All
right,
right.
well,
I thought we
I'm-
achieved it.
I'm getting back on board. All those email letters I unsubscribed from, I'm getting right back on there. I thought we did it. I thought we freed Tibet.
The Dalai Lama is in exile, isn't he?
I think he's in L.A. I think he's making a movie.
When I
Exile.
hear that that they found the next Dalai Lama. So like it's
Not till they die.
I think there's something where
Oh, there's several.
Don't they have? And they have a bunch of them in the running, don't they?
that the government, the Chinese government, has one that like that they're gonna push.
They're
and-
gonna import. Yeah.
and kind of. I heard that's in my head for some reason. I don't know. Hot takes.
Get your glasses. I don't know. Poke out your eyes. The
What would a North American Dalai Lama if like America was trying to push their Dalai
It's
Lama?
that guy with
really-
the 5 toes. The toe
it's
shoes.
the me. It's
It's
my
the-
doppelganger. I feel, or it's Chip Wilson, the creator of Lululemon. He's the.
Oh, you like all these asses? I did that for you.
That sounds like a lawless terrorist bro take. Oh yeah, how come there's no white Dalai Lama? How come he's never white?
Comes back reincarnated. He's
That's
not white every single time.
What's up with that, huh? I'm just saying. Where's our parade? I heard somebody
It's
say
just
that.
all
I heard somebody
Rogan.
say that one time.
Rogan podcast.
Where's the straight guy parade, huh?
Yeah, I heard somebody say that.
Where's the table saws? Come on. Where's the float of like root beer? The root beer float.
This wasn't in Terrace, but this was on a very
Hey.
small island. He was saying this to a gay waiter.
What? What did the gay waiter then inform him that all parades before that were all white guy straight parades?
He handled it well, and then
What would be the floats of the straight parade?
I think you just need I think Rona would
Rona?
definitely have
Home Depot.
Rona Home Depot, yeah.
Um,
And I think
no, because those are kind of going the other way.
they got that corporate because they need
Home
that
improvement is all going gay. It's been going gay for a while.
yeah. That's true.
that was my Tim Allen.
Yeah. How many dicks you got over there, Tim? That's
Because in my generation, nobody does home improvement anymore unless you're on the home like
no one can buy a home to do improvement upon it.
It's true.
yeah, you don't improve a rented condo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things we learned today that we can't improve. We can't improve the world. We can't improve homes we don't own. And we can't improve this podcast.
Thank you so much for listening to the Informers again. We appreciate you listening. That's it.
Thank you very much.
That was the tightest bow we've ever had.
That's awesome.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Love
Thanks.
you.
Do
Thank
something
you so
else
much.
with your life. Get outside.
You're better than this.
Be better.
Wear tighter hoodies.